This is the Khoodeelaar television channel being broadcast on the internet, only on the internet, not on satellite, not on terrestrial, not on cable platforms. This is the Khoodeelaar television channel being broadcast only on the internet. This is timed at 13:50 hours GMT on Thursday, the 23rd of January 2025. This broadcast is coming as part of the original world exclusive diagnostic commentary on the contents, the bias, and the extent of lying by the British media. And the focus being the announcement of the news yesterday, 22nd of January 2025, of the reaching of a settlement of a claim, a consolidated claim made by Harry Windsor against the organization that includes the Scum, the tabloid newspaper, the Scum, owned by Rupert Murdoch. In the newspapers of Thursday, 23rd of January 2025, the coverage is absent from the Daily Mail. This Scum itself, the Rupert Murdoch owned Times newspaper, the Telegraph, the only ones that are carrying front page news include the I newspaper, which has got the word gotcha. Now, gotcha is the word that is associated with the Scum that was in the days, in the period, in the eras before the internet, was accused of lying. And that was the word gotcha that the Scum used against one of its victims. So it has taken decades before the word gotcha, which is an abbreviation colloquially of got you, that is, you have been captured, you have been caught, used by the I newspaper against the Scum. And this is directly based on the contents of the settlement reached on Wednesday, the 22nd of January 2025, between Harry Windsor, the second son of Diana, the late princess who was murdered, and the Murdoch-owned and Murdoch-controlled newspaper group. That includes the Scum as well as the Scum on Sunday, which is the replacement of the News of the World, which is now defunct, and the claims that Harry Windsor made included claims against this News of the World, which Murdoch folded when the evidence of wrongdoing by the Murdoch newspapers, like the News of the World and the Scum, became undeniably horrible, distressing. So the details are quite extensive. In today's I newspaper, on the front page, of course, it says gotcha, and I shall be putting this little camera on that headline, front page. And there is no ambiguity in the heading, which reads, Prince forces the son to pay out over 10 million. Now that amount is not accurate because according to other publications that have carried the news, it is between 10 million and 20 million or even more. That amount, exact amount, has not been published yet. So let's go to the page, the 2-page spread. Duke wins apology and payout from son owner for serious intrusion. There is the picture of Tom Watson, who was deputy leader of the Labour Party. There is the picture of Rebecca Brooks. And this is the collection of the scum headings. And here is the evil woman racist called Judy Beach-Hell. Judy Beach-Hell has got a stupid, ignorant, ill-informed piece. I don't know why the iNewspaper have given her that space and the money for writing this absolutely stupid piece, absolutely ignorant. All the items, this one, and this one, are all in favor of the conclusion that Harry has won. Harry Windsor has won against the scum. Let's go to the actual quotable bit, which does say that. Okay, so this is the quotation that I was looking for. Hugo Mason of the law firm Simpkins LLP said that both sides will have incurred legal fees in the millions of pounds, adding NGN must view this as a better outcome than having their unlawful activities examined in a public trial. However, that doesn't detract from the fact that Prince Harry is the clear winner here. Prince Harry is the clear winner here. Whereas contrasting with that, the stupid racist Julie Beach-Hell says that it will break Harry. How the fuck? Harry Windsor has had extremely negative coverage throughout the last 3-4 years. And the coverage has been connected with the legal action that he has taken against the scum. And it hasn't, and the news yesterday is most certainly not symptomatic or representative of Harry being broken. The settlement was agreed after days of very intense negotiations, said Anthony Hudson, KSC, a lawyer for NGN. Now the opinion on the case on page 19. Let's see what the I newspaper. Now this is an opinion piece by Alison Phillips. Alison Phillips was editor of the Daily Mirror from 2018 to 2024. She won Columnist of the Year at the 2018 National Press Awards. Now, she has written a more informed piece, way too informed compared to the Julie Beachell piece. Harry will feel this justice for Diana, his mom. Here is Harry in the picture here, where he's seen with his mom. Settlement brings relief for the prince and the Murdoch empire as well. After tens of millions of pounds of legal fees, 2 decades of anxiety at the top of Murdoch's empire, and a lifetime of fury for Prince Harry, it all appears to have ended in a score draw. The Duke of Sussex's decision to settle with News Group newspapers, owners of the Sun and the long gone news of the world, gives him a fulsome apology and a bag of cash rumored to be in the many millions. It also brings the first admission of any wrongdoing by the Sun. Very significant. But for Murdoch, it gives his media empire the opportunity to finally put the saga behind it and move forward. Rebecca Brooks, from having to give evidence and avoided any courtroom inquisition into whether there was a conspiracy at the top of the organization. Now, this is really the crucial part of the whole thing, because all the evidence would have come out in the public, and Dirty Murdoch, Dirty Digger, would indeed be exposed to endless shame in the last days. It also protected the reputation of the Sun to some degree by asserting any illegal activity had not been carried out by journalists, but by arm's length private investigators. Fuck off. The very worst behavior of journalists, hacking, surveillance, and misuse of private information, was laid at the door of the News of the World, which closed 14 years ago. So both sides have grounds for celebration, or at least relief. Lawyers on both sides will be slapping each other on the back for legal points well made, concessions wrung out. But for Prince Harry, I wonder if this settlement gives him something far deeper and more important, which cannot be captured in any legalese: peace of mind. A peace of mind that perhaps has felt out of reach his entire life. A missing peace of mind that has made his recent behavior often hard to stomach, as he demonstrated a brittleness and sense of victimhood, and a personality that, while claiming to be repelled by spotlight, attention, and inauthenticity, was at the same time drawn to it. But now that peace of mind must come from squeezing an admission from NGN of something more broad than any specific charge. And that is a complete hands up that during his childhood and early adulthood, he was the victim of serious intrusion. When MGN apologizes for distress caused to the Duke, damage inflicted on relationships, friendships, and family, flashing through his mind will be the bust-ups or embarrassments with Chelsea Davy, Cressida Bonas, Caroline Flack, and so many others. And perhaps even more potent for Harry is where the apology acknowledges the impact upon him of the extensive coverage and serious intrusion into not just his private life, but that of his mother, Diana, in particular during his younger years. So this isn't just an apology for nefarious activities by the titles, it is an apology too for the volume of coverage regardless of what it was or said. Undeniably, it is also an apology being sent beyond the grave to Princess Diana. In achieving that, Harry will feel he has fought for and won justice for his mother in a way that neither his brother or father were able to do. Much of the fallout between Prince Harry and William and his estrangement from the king was down to his fury at quiet deals done with the press over past behaviors. His desire for rinsing these in daylight was as much to avenge his mother as himself. The period for the admitted intrusion into Harry's life began in 1996. The year before that, little 12-year-old boy walked behind the coffin of his dead mother. It wasn't the year before, it was the year after that. She died in 1997, not 95. It ended 15 years later when Harry was a 27-year-old man, struggling to manage relationships, work, and friendships. Around this time, he told an interviewer, "There is a lot of times that both myself and my brother wish, obviously, that we were just completely normal." Harry has clearly pinned so much of this lack of normality on the role of the press. Not just Murdoch's empire, but all those journalists and paparazzi who catalogued his family's life. Some of that coverage was plain wrong. Much of it was set up and encouraged by the royals themselves. Harry appeared to hate it all. The 1990s became a feeding frenzy of press reporting on the royals. The number of people involved in illegal activities was tiny across the industry, and yet all of us involved in the national press at that time were implicated in the feeding frenzy. Operating within a culture where royals and celebrities were commodities with commercial value, so too was the growing band of PR operatives and advisors they surrounded themselves with, feeding stories and interest for gain. And at the heart of it all, so too were the characters themselves, the royals and celebrities who manipulate the media for the coverage they wanted. And then there was the public that lapped up every twist and turn in the lives of the royals' relationship drama. I'm not reading the rest of the paragraphs. The last ones I'll read. Yesterday's apology is not completely end for Harry's crusade against the press. A trial against the Daily Mail's publishers, Associated Newspapers, is scheduled for next year. But this admission by Murdoch, a bogeyman who haunted the princess' dreams for years, is a big step towards its conclusion. Senior Murdoch executives will also be hugely relieved. Settling claims since 2011, closure of the News of the World, has already cost it more than £1 billion. So it was never about the money. It was about trying to contain potentially cataclysmic reputational damage. It could have also been the final straw to push the Murdoch children to offload the problematic news division after Murdoch's death. And so for the billionaire media mogul approaching his 94th birthday, one of the most shameful episodes of his career is over. For a prince and a publisher, the big win yesterday was peace of mind. So the Guardian has got 2 pages. Let's see where the Guardian's story about the settlement is heading. If I can find the Guardian. If I can't find the Guardian this time, I will find it next time. Ending this particular edition after 22 minutes.